This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Hey everyone, my name is Nolan and welcome back to another Pixel Gun 3D top 10 video, and today we're counting down the top 10 weapons that need to be buffed or nerfed in Pixel Gun 3D. Of course guys, this list is not exclusive. There could be some other weapons that you guys wish were on this list, but they just aren't, and I just wanted to, of course, go over the obvious ones, but of course take your guys' feedback into account. So some of the weapons on this list are actually just weapons that you guys think in general need to be buffed or nerfed. And so yeah, we're gonna jump right into this video. I just want to say, if you guys want to see more Pixel Gun top 10s, make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss a top 10 video from me. I do them every week. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we can just jump right into it right now. So the first one on this list is gonna be Giftstealer, and this one definitely needs a buff. This shotgun used to be extremely good, however it was nerfed several times and now has fixed delay. It used to have no delay at all, making it extremely good for 3-cat, and a lot of people, including myself, made it mythical. And so yes, the gameplay in the background you're seeing is the weapon at mythical, and it sucks. As far as shotguns go, you're better off using Chickaboom, Last Squeak, Viking, Ultimatum, anything like that. It's just, you know, it needs to be able to be used again, and I think the buff that it needs is a damage buff. I think its fire rate is good, I think its range is good, it's just its damage sucks, and even at close range is usually a 3-shot, so it definitely needs some kind of a buff in order for players to want to use it again. Next up is going to be Invincible Line, and this weapon obviously needs a nerf. This weapon has the highest damage per second of every weapon in the game, and it is extremely overpowered. It's essentially a one-shot rocket weapon that has really good travel time, and of course it has headshot damage, which is extremely OP, and it has super punch. So I mean, this weapon is extremely overpowered for spamming, and when I use it I win pretty much every game, especially with an extra point set. And of course you guys can get this for 1,000 coupons right now, which means anyone has access to this weapon at any time, so it can break the meta. I just feel like it's probably still underrated because a lot of people don't use it, but it is definitely really good. I would actually recommend this weapon over Christmas Ultimatum. Next up is going to be Prototype, and this weapon needs a buff. Now, I know this isn't really as important as other weapons in this game, however, this weapon's a classic, and a lot of you guys seem to agree when people said Prototype needs a buff. So I was like, yeah, this weapon definitely should be mentioned, especially because it has a better counterpart called Prototype S. This weapon is just better, so why would you use the regular Prototype? Its fire rate is still pretty good, and if you're not getting like max level ultimate defense armor sweats in your lobby, it will still perform pretty good. However, again, there's just no point into using this when Prototype S exists, so if it could be buffed to at least match the stats of Prototype S, that'd be great. Next up is going to be Giftstealer / vertical grip device, and both of these weapons need some kind of a nerf. Now, I'll be honest, in regular game modes like deathmatch, team fight, flag capture, I don't feel like vertical grip device and Giftstealer are too OP. Granted, their movement is extremely good, as you guys can see. I think that that's okay in deathmatch and team fight because it actually kind of prevents the players from getting kills. However, in game modes like Team Strike and Duel, these weapons are extremely overpowered and honestly should just be removed from those game modes entirely because of how much of a disadvantage it creates. Either that or the movement needs to be significantly decreased. However, if they are significantly decreased, then they just won't be used as much in other game modes. So I don't know, these weapons are a lot harder to balance, however they do need a nerf of some kind because there is a huge gap with these weapons. And now a word from our sponsors. A lot of people don't realize how unsafe the internet really is. If you don't protect your information correctly, it becomes easy for people to steal or access your private information without you even knowing. Think about it like this: everything you do on the internet is like sending mail packages back and forth. Anyone along the way can see the contents of that package. However, what ExpressVPN does is put that package into an envelope so other people can't access it. ExpressVPN provides you with premium security. With their level of encryption, it would take hackers billions of years to decrypt the data. One of my favorite things about VPNs is their ability to access content. Right now, I'm in college, and my college Wi-Fi blocks me from hosting servers on video games or accessing websites like ChatGPT. However, with a VPN enabled, I have access to all these things and more. Governments and corporations have access to your information, and in some cases are even required to keep logs of your information. However, ExpressVPN prevents these entities from being able to access those bits of information. If you guys want to try ExpressVPN right now, you can click my link down in the description and get 3 months free when you make a purchase. With the world becoming more digital, it becomes more and more vital to protect your online information. So go ahead and give ExpressVPN a try today. And now back to the video. Next up is Poseidon Trident, and this weapon needs a big buff. Now just imagine you guys spend hours, maybe even years, grinding for clan weapons, and you finally get your first clan weapon, and it's Poseidon Trident. Poseidon Trident is really not all that good, and although you can get kills, its base damage is only around 100. So that is around a 2-shot to bots. However, against real players, that's going to be a 3-shot, which is just not that good. And I want to say they removed the headshot damage on this weapon. However, I don't know if that's entirely true. This weapon used to 1-shot headshot, 2-shot body shot, and that was really good. And now it just sucks. So I really wish that they would make this weapon great again, because it's such a cool, unique weapon, and it's fun to use. And it used to be one of my favorite weapons, but now it's just pretty much impossible to use. Now, just imagine all your pain and torment with Poseidon Trident multiplied by the factor of 3 when you get luxury beats. Luxury beats are so bad, and it sucks, because these used to be like the best weapon in the game. They went from being like a 2 to 3 shot in that huge area of effect, and so that was overpowered in maps like Pool Party. Now it's about a 5-shot, which is ridiculous. I think its damage is 68, so yeah, that's like a 4-shot. However, with matching modules, all the wear and bonuses people have, it can be like a 5-shot, which is absolutely crazy. So this is probably now one of the worst weapons in the entire game, especially because the range is limited, the fire rate is limited, and it's just so bad. You will not win games with this weapon ever. You might get a couple kills per match, and that's about it. And honestly, the kills I did get were with using the mines instead of actually using the weapon. So yeah, this weapon needs a huge buff of some kind. Next up is Christmas Ultimatum. This weapon is currently the weapon I hate the most in this game. It's just so unoriginal and so annoying to go against. If you guys pay attention to kill feeds in my matches, you will notice like 50% of the time it's Christmas Ultimatum. Why? Because it's so no skill. High rocket speed, high area damage, high radius, whatever it's called. It's just so easy to get kills with this weapon, and it's also so easy to get because you can get it for 1,000 coupons. And it's just OP. They buffed it by way too much. It needs to be like a 1-shot, and that's only if you directly body shot. It can 1-shot just by area damage right now, and it's just so overpowered, and it needs some kind of a nerf. And I don't know, man. Just nerf Christmas Ultimatum, bro. Next up is going to be Bubblegum 01, and this weapon also needs a nerf. It is extremely overpowered. The damage, I'd say, is fine. The fire rate is good. Capacity is okay. The thing that really, really makes this weapon overpowered is its slowness. So as you guys can see, when you shoot this weapon, it sprays out gum into a huge area of effect. And you guys may be thinking, surely that whole area is not a slowness effect thingy. No, it is. If players touch a small pixel of that gum effect, they will be slowed and unable to jump, making it so easy to get a follow-up kill. This weapon is so OP. It just needs a nerf. It needs to either not disable jumps. It needs to have a slower AoE, or a smaller AoE, sorry. Or maybe the duration should just not last that long, or it needs a huge fire rate nerf, like an Ultimatum slow fire rate nerf. Because right now, this weapon is just extremely OP. Next up is Electric Vortex, and this weapon needs a huge buff. This is currently the joke of Pixel Gun 3D. Everyone knows how bad this weapon is, and in fact, I would even go as far to say that this is the worst weapon in the game. It has almost no range, its damage sucks, and it doesn't provide any advantage to the player whatsoever. Its movement speed is absolutely horrible. Literally nothing about this weapon is good, except maybe the gravitational force, except all that does is pull enemies closer to you, making it easier for them to kill you. So it's like, why would you ever use this weapon? This weapon was even buffed recently. However, even the buff was not able to carry it out of the pit that it was stuck in. So I mean, I don't know, this weapon, it just needs a huge damage buff and a range buff. Okay, not a damage buff isn't going to be enough. It needs a range buff too. So yeah, Electric Vortex needs a huge buff. And the final weapon on this list is going to be Ultimatum. Now, I know this sounds super generic, however, everyone just says nerf Ultimatum, and they don't really know what they're talking about, okay? I don't think Ultimatum needs a damage nerf. Currently, right now, with all the mythical armors in the game, I actually don't one-shot all the time, which is okay. However, a damage nerf could be viable. I think the one nerf that this weapon needs is the reload nerf. So, right now, you can shoot this weapon, switch to another weapon, and then instantly switch back to Ultimatum, and you don't have to reload the weapon, even though it only has one-shot capacity. So, if you had to reload this weapon, that would nerf it with 3-cat so much more. The thing that makes Ultimatum so overpowered is it's so good for 3-cat because of how much damage it does. So, if you take away its use in 3-cat, then it becomes a lot more balanced, and just not as hated. So all you have to do is just make it so you have to reload the weapon in order to shoot again. I feel like that's a very balanced nerf, and yet, of course, the developers will never do that because Ultimatum is their current moneymaker in Pixel Gun. It's just, whenever they bring it back, it makes so much money. I mean, I would know, I'm a YouTuber, and all my Ultimatum videos blew up, so I mean, just whatever. But yeah, Ultimatum still needs a nerf of some kind, because it's just too good right now. So yeah guys, that's going to wrap up the video there. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, and also remember to subscribe for more Pixel Gun top 10 videos. And I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and hope to see you guys all in the next video. Peace!